Hi, I'm Kimberly Schneiderman, Senior Practice Development Manager at RiseSmart, here with your weekly tip. Stories are powerful communication tools and often pointed to as a strategic way to make a point or illustrate a lesson. At RiseSmart, we talk a lot about stories. We encourage you to use smart stories to highlight your accomplishments. We recommend you develop your personal brand as a story to provide insight into who you are as a professional. We also often leverage stories during our own webinars to help demonstrate a strategy or highlight a best practice. Each of these uses of stories is strategic and deliberately designed to elicit action that will positively influence your career transition. But what about the internal stories that we tell ourselves? We each have a narrative that we use to help us make sense of the things around us. We assure ourselves that that person speeding on the highway isn't reckless, but rather just late for work. We might look at a person's messy desk and assume that they're a very busy individual, not a slob. What happens though if we tell ourselves stories that aren't quite so kind and positive about ourselves? That recruiter didn't call me back because my interview skills are terrible. I don't have any notable accomplishments. I just went to work each day and did what I had to do. People don't want to network with me. I don't have anything to offer them. These negative beliefs don't serve a purpose for you. And although there may be truth to some statements, interviewing skills really are important. Many of the negative stories we tell ourselves are based only on assumptions. We should not treat these stories as fact. You actually don't have any idea what that recruiter thought of your interviewing skills. So how do you flip this around? First, stop yourself. Acknowledge that you've just told yourself a negative story and strive to interrupt it and the negative message that is an inherent part of it. Say to yourself, stop. That statement cannot be proven. I am not interested in criticizing myself. Then replace the statement. Try something more accurate and a positive message. Until now, I haven't needed to put a lot of energy into interviewing skills. Now's the perfect time to change that. Then set an actionable intention. Taking action on something is a great way to counteract a tough situation. It's a good idea to set a goal. My goal this week is to spend 2 hours working on interviewing skills. I'll listen to a webinar on the topic and write out my smart stories to define my accomplishments. If you do an internet search on the phrase, the stories we tell ourselves, you will find a good deal of information and many perspectives on the topic. The bottom line is that each resource identifies the best thing to do is to change your mindset, so you can ultimately change your situation. And we couldn't agree more. Thank you for joining me today. For more ideas in your job search, be sure to tune in to this week's webinars.